Huh? Who said what? Who's Ralph Edwards?
This is your life.
All right. This is your life, Myron. Get your butt up here and take your medicine.
Maybe I better say sit down.
You want to see?
No, I don't need to see. No.
As old as you are, you might as well.
Here, Myron,
Maybe I better sit down.
yeah, I can. That's yours. You can take
Good,
it.
thank you. Did I keep your
You guys finished?
This is your life, Myron Retirement. Or have I got a deal for you? Myron hailed from Farmer City, Illinois, a town with more Cadillacs per capita than any other town in the USA. As a young man, Myron left home to serve as a 6-foot Marine for the U.S. Army, assuring diplomatic relations in the foreign country of Mexico, home of Columbus. 1966, Myron joined the honorable forces of Bauer Roller Bearing and put up the production control Christmas tree for the first time. 1967, Myron rolled up his tie in the copier while he was wearing it. And he put up the production control Christmas tree. 1968, Myron helped Paul Peterson up off the ground after he fell out of his chair. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1969, Myron attended a Dale Carnegie course to learn to speak. He received a B-. He's still trying to learn. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1970, Myron first wore his bozo tie proudly. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1971, Myron made another midnight run for Clugston. He had to stop for a cold one. A consultant told Myron that he needed to take down the grind board, and Myron put up the Christmas tree. 1973, Myron smoked a cigar smeared with pink hand cream. He wouldn't admit to knowing that he smoked that cigar smeared with hand cream for 15 years. He also put up the Christmas tree. 1974, Myron cooked at the golf outing, and he put up the Christmas tree. 1975, System 7 came online, and Myron put up the Christmas tree. 1976, Myron cooked for the golf outing, and he put up the Christmas tree. 1977, John Revere and Myron determined that in just 2 years, we wouldn't even know who Cal was. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1978, Virginia left and Betsy came, and Myron put up the Christmas tree. 1979, Myron started selling Newton products, bringing in the first load of sample calendars, and he put up the Christmas tree. 1980, Myron started giving Frank Shippey his first Jewish calendar, and he put up the Christmas tree. 1981, it was determined that Myron should take down the grind board, and he put up the Christmas tree. 1982, Myron practiced his rhythm control while Jim Merriweather hammered a new on the Bob Powers chair. However, Jim stopped too soon, and Myron's tooth was all over the and he put up the Christmas tree. 1983, Myron's favorite pastime was taking the inside of the earpiece on Marty's coat. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1984, Myron put up the Christmas tree and later threw it away, along with Rudolph. 1985, Rudolph and the tree came back. Myron put up the Christmas tree and Rudolph disappeared for good. 1986, Myron became Mr. McDonald and called Dan Nudd on a customer service phone to chew him out. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1987, Myron chronological age of 59.9, even though he was several years younger. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1988, Myron went to Walmart to buy Massengill for his throat. And he put up the Christmas tree.
That was, I wasn't here.
1989, first year of the plan, and Myron went without a tie, but he still put up the Christmas tree. 1990, Myron received his first MID with a rating above 1.75. 1991, Myron brought in the safety hat to implement the office safety program, and he put up the Christmas tree.
Right.
1992, Myron got a new pet horse, a broom stud. He kept Sunshine tied too short because he was a road stud chasing the filly and had a baby colt. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1993, Myron uses Larry Nelson's combination to load Larry's briefcase with confetti, little socks, broom, etc. And he put up the Christmas tree. 1994, Myron lost his earplugs down his shorts. He real tired, and he still put up the Christmas tree.
You flipped it the wrong year.
All those of you who may know Myron may know that he always had a lot of expressions that the granddaddy came up with. We have a few of those you can imagine. Number one had to be, you don't miss the well until the water's gone. You never see a U-Haul behind a funeral coach. Everyone liked the same thing. They'd all be in bed with grandma. Well, that's just one more thanks for the hay rack. Or Myron's attic, or maybe the archives. It's all good, some just a little better than others. A bird in the hand is worth 10 in the bush. He's happy as a skeeter in a nudist collar. He knows why he's there, he just don't know where to start. Don't get into a pissing contest in this country. If size had anything to do with it, a cow could catch a jackrabbit. He's busy as a cat looking for new ground. That will go over like a turd in a punch bowl. The flies are getting sticky. It's going to rain. Granddaddy's remedy for anything that ails you, whiskey and sugar, and then absorbing Junior. But that's for external use only. Little riddle, what did the baby mole say when he ran into the mole hole? I smell mole asses. What's the difference between a crow and a blackbird? A crow has a bigger head. Too much. Causes brain damage. Just because there's snow on the rooftop doesn't mean the fire's gone out. And the older the violin, the sweeter the music.
I want you all to know that today at break, Myron told us we probably only had the master skill on him. We couldn't come up with anything. This section's called Have I Got to Deal with You for You or Other Moments of Frustration. No one in captivity knows. It hasn't changed since Hitler was a Cub Scout. You can't just turn the switch on like that. Better check the flagpole to see what flag is flying today. I know what I'm here for, but I don't know where to start. You could have shot a cannon down through race right and not hit anyone. I don't know who's blowing smoke on whose butt, but he's smoking a big cigar. If you're going to get to Chicago, you better get on the train on time. In other words, you got to start parts on time to get them out of the racetrack on time. Johnny hates to see you going down the wrong lane. Put your finger in a bucket of water and pull it out, and then see if it's missed. Might as well go pee in Spring Lake and try to get it over the dam. If you want it done, do it yourself. Well, it's no hill for a climber. Old dog Shep can put it out, but he sure can't take it. It's just like a pimple on a hemorrhoid. I'm going to write that down on the calendar. And I can see the handwriting on the wall.
I didn't think you guys would keep track.
The next section we call Remember When. Remember when the Marine of the Year was a woman? Remember when the Marine of the Year was gay? Remember when the Marine chopper pilot destroyed his target, a civilian's garage and car inside? How about the tow motor incident? Myron, was there rolls all over?
Yeah.
How about when Myron opened the bathroom door and hit Matt Smitty on the head?
He still suffers from that.
How about when Myron was helping Kent Thomas out, help change his ripped pants in the parking lot? And the carload of schoolgirls came sightseeing. How about the day when Myron offered to squeeze Johnny Moses' orange? She said if he did, she would squeeze his banana. Myron, did you miss 3 days' work as a result of that?
No.
Back when Myron used to smoke, if one does a good job, two does twice as good, and the planes would be flying as the matches were lit. Remember when no lights, no work.
I don't remember that.
How about when Myron switched the labels on the desk cleaner and the disinfectant? And Bergonia kept trying to get the streaks off her desk.
Smell good.
When Marty Konar putting Myron's name on the mailing list as Myron Raymer. How about when Myron's fruit fly hat made its first appearance? How about Gene Whitford's gift of the camel cookies?
And this section's called You Know You're Missed When.
Johnny, I don't know if it's all true.
You know you're missed when December rolls around and everyone in Grime wants a new stick-on calendar. When Larry Naslin asks why he hasn't received any new pens or pencils for home or Rockwell calendars for his son. When everyone is looking for a big bag of pretzels from Sam's or a cheesecake sample. When everyone complains that they actually have to buy a calendar. When Larry Naslin calls you at home to come in and put up the Christmas tree.
1995.
When Jim Merriweather doesn't have a rhythm section to work with during hammer time. When all the traps in A&I are neglected. When Heat Treat is out of capacity and G&J Trucking won't know to stop at gas. When someone else is left holding the camel cookies. Or you get a bag of pecans and it really has pecans in it. And when the Christmas party at Larry Cunningham's comes to an end, and the cat's really to blame.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't see, I got too many tears in my eyes.
Mine was flat, wasn't it?
That was me, too. I wasn't trying, that's later. What were you, on the Massengill thing, you were looking for NyQuil, weren't you?
Medical.
Medical, not NyQuil, Medical.
Take care of it.
Yeah, I was looking for that. I found what I was looking for last time. I just had the wrong name.
Myron didn't leave without his last MID. They've been tough to write for years, but he's kind of a special person. Whoop.
Hey, they are somebody fell down.
Get down and straight. Myron H. Raymer. H stands for what? Owner? One of his favorite groups of machines. Position X-rays grind board. Salary grade too high. Follow-up date 12th of November. Most of you understand what I'm reading here. You've been through these silly things. Steve Rich Trophy continues to think they're necessary. How has the employee performed his/her normal job duties since the last review? I rated Myron a 6 on this, and again, we rate 1 through 6 for the people that aren't at work. Well, it's 1 through 7, but you've always thrown out the 7. Let me know if he's laughing. Okay, the top-notch professional did an outstanding job for one who retired in July 1994. Cross-training of Larry Sykes has gone extremely well. Just yesterday, Myron pointed out where the race grind schedule board was located. Roman numeral 2, how has the employee performed regarding his/her project's goals, objectives assigned during the last 12 months? Mine are way right. During the last MID discussion, I got so confused, I think we forgot to set goals and objectives. I'm not sure what Myron has done the last 12 months, but I think he did it gooder than he's done before. We rated him a 7 there. Item 3, how do you rate the employee's overall performance? It gets better, I think. A very prompt individual. Always leaves the plant at exactly 4 p.m. That's right. Weekends were always very full for Myron, so I wasn't bothered by him begging for weekend overtime. Very seldom did that happen. His Uncle Newton seemed to keep Myron very busy on the weekends. It was always so very typical of Myron to be very helpful and concerned about his friends and his family. Uncle Newton must have been a handful as Myron checked up on him regularly at every lunch hour. We go into the performance factors. First one we rate is interpersonal and leadership. And I won't read all of it, we'll be here till midnight. But anyway, I rated him a 7 again. He's doing very well this time. Works well with others as long as they agree with him. Can adjust his leadership style with changes in the weather. Leadership skills are excellent, as witnessed by the time he led the entire PC group up to the cafeteria to discuss a lighting issue. That's a long story. Initiative, rated him a 6. Displayed wonderful initiative. Even on his busiest days, Myron always found the time necessary to run his traps in A&I. Problem-solving skills were also top drawer. He determined on a regular basis that they were the ones that caused the problem. Number 3, organizing and planning. 7 here. Well, I can't believe I rated you this high, but we'll go with it. Well skilled at planning his vacation days. Was always the first one in production control to use up his entire vacation allotment. Ken Thomas was a close second. Communication, 6, rated 6. Without notice and chirp like a cricket. This has to do with his oral and written skills. Wonderful storyteller. Old grandpa stories are the best. You've heard most of them.
No.
No. We did have to edit a few. We wanted Myron to stay married after this episode. His written skills have improved dramatically over the last several years. Nearly 50% of all his written communications now can be read. Technical skills of 7 there. Excellent copier repairman. Technically the best. He's so concerned about copier maintenance and performance that he's not the least bit afraid to be up to his necktie knot in a machine himself. His favorite, huh?
It happened.
His favorite saying for years has been whatever it takes. What is the development action plan for this employee for the next 12 months? This was a little difficult to write, but I think I'm going to help him out a little bit. First off was to develop better ideas on where, not how, to eliminate his pressure. If you want to jump in and say also suggest him to consider a frontal lobotomy to make a mediocre to poor Chicago Bears football team much easier to watch and appreciate. And for Rich's benefit, we intend to accomplish this 12/31/95. Where is it?
Right here. Doing a back shot again.
Supervisor's action plan. This is where I come. And I don't know what to do with him. The old bastard is on his own now. I can't help or protect him anymore. The only thing he can do now is seek the advice of his own personal human relations department. Her name is Mary, and she dresses him well. I'm glad to see you got that time. What projects, objectives are assigned to this employee for the next 12 months? Minimum of 2 items. I think I've got 4 here. You need to improve on your Christmas tree trimming skills. Not enough balls. Maybe should have been more careful with it. Improved Marine Corps salute. Myron forgets and uses only one finger on it.
Did that today?
I did it yesterday and the day before. Needs to train his replacement on how to suck up to Carl Lomax. Myron has spent a lot of time over there. I don't know what's going on, don't really care. And provide an improved selection of pens, pencils, and calendars for production control every Christmas for the rest of his natural life. And that's that.
Thank you.
And there are several people who approved that. It'll be a matter of permanent record. Certificate of completion, congratulations to Myron Raymer for successfully completing NTN Power.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Larry.
Yeah, see? Hi, Pat. Pat Shaw just came in for the record. About 5:25, about an hour late. Get a picture, Pat. We got several people, we got a few things to say and a few things to present, so let's get started with Kent Thomas. You in the crowd, or you get mad?
I really met Myron vaguely in 71 or so, and he started giving me advice right away. Most of the time he'd come down around inventory time and tell me if I had something to do, I could leave and he would help me out. And then in 72 I got a chance to become salaried, so Myron said, no problem, if he could do it, I could do it. So I thought that was okay. And then in about 73 or so, our good buddy John Raymer put us together in the same office. And I got a lot of advice from Grandpa. A lot of it was about farming in small hogs. Some of the advice you could use, but others of it wasn't too good. Like the time he told me to get out of the van and put my pants on. sexual about that. But I believe that I met Myron many, many years before our rolled up. When I was a young man, a very young man, my grandfather was in Rushville Hospital. He was dying of emphysema. And being a young boy, I didn't like to stay around hospitals too well, so my mother gave me 20 cents to go to the store and get a couple comic books. It shows you how long ago it was. 20 cents for a couple comic books. Anyway, I went into Hornsby's in Rushville. I believe Myron was the old supervisor or something. Anyway, I was going around Hornsby's looking for comic books, and I come across this harmonica. I just had to have it. There's no way I could do without this harmonica. So I took a look around. I didn't see any salesperson, so I thought, well, I'll just help myself. And about that time, these pants at the back of the room parted. And the guy hollered out, "Marilyn, send that guy in the striped shirt back here." I went back there, and this bird haircutted Marine threw it out. Of course, I was crying by the time I made it back. And he wanted to know who my parents was, and I told him after a while. And he wanted to know if I had the money for the harmonica, and I said, no, I only had 20 cents for a comic book. Well, he tended to give me more advice. He said, well, I want you to get out of the store and never come back. Well, I had to show him the next day. I walked in and I turned around. And if I only knew what I know now, back then, it wouldn't matter whether they wrote my parents a letter, they couldn't have read it. The other day, I went down to Rushville, and I just decided I'll go in that store and I'll buy a couple comic books for you. Things have changed. The comic books are now $1.50, they're a lot smaller. So you can have Archie, and that's something for you to do while you're being off. Myron also got me into Duke, and he gave me some good advice on what to sell, like unbreakable ice scrapers. I said, well, Myron, I've got somebody that might be interested, but I don't have a sample. Well, I've got a sample. I put it in the car, I took it home with me, and I left it in the car overnight. Next day, I saw this guy trying to sell him this ice scraper. I took him out to the car, I twisted it a couple times, worked fine. Hit the windshield with it, snapped right in the So a little while after that, Myron decided that we had unbreakable raincoats. I won't tell you how many replacements I got back on that. But I bought you a little card, Myron, that says even though I'm getting so old, I need glasses. Even though you're retiring, you can still shout TGIF once a week. And the card says, only now it means, thank goodness I'm free. But I changed a little bit. I said, my gas is still flowing. I got to say that Myron has had some good advice, and I try not to take most of it, but I am going to miss him because I work in inventory control, and he's going to be job security going out the window. So when Myron converts roles, it's hard to tell where he comes up with a conversion. That's all I have.
Get up here then. Curry's about to run out of film.
That's probably heavy in it.
Like Ken, I go back a ways. In fact, there may be a few others in here that go back. How many knew Myron as a school bus driver? Did anybody ride the bus?
Would anybody want to?
Just to remind you, Myron, the yearbook.
Well, thank you.
And here's one that looks a little bit.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Might want to pass this around.
I'd love to.
Check you out.
That was a little heavy.
Yeah, a little heavier there. Thank you, Marilyn. I'll be darned.
Art, Derry?
Art. I could wait till you come in.
Myron and I was hired on the same day, and they wanted to know if I had something to say, but believe me, it's all been said in here. I know anything else to be said probably couldn't be said. But while Roger was lining me up tonight, I thought, well, I can write a line or two for Myron. So I'll cite you a rhyme for Myron. He never did get it right, but kept trying. He read from the wall, I seem to recall, but his predictions, we just weren't fine. And I got you a little present. I've been carrying you. I'm a midnight scheduler, by the way.
Finally admitted to it.
I've been carrying you now for years. Well, I got you a little present, Myron. I didn't want you to ever have to be in the dark again.
Huh? Okay.
Check the wires going out, Myron.
Long nail. Right, a long nail. In the dark.
Good.
Say, I'll keep up. Yeah, thank you, Art.
I didn't take the other
Hold it out.
Hold it up.
Hanging out with you while I'm doing.
That would worked in the office about 15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, we could use that, have more light in there. Wouldn't have done what we done.
Well, we don't give me the we shit, what you done.
I didn't take the other neither.
I'm glad you admitted who was
I didn't take the other.
Huh?
I didn't take the other.
Oh, okay. I know it.
Anyone else got anything they want to stand up and say, or?
Well, I got something I want to give to Myron.
Okay.
Myron and I have done the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 inventories together maybe for race Ryan. And I know he wouldn't want to retire unless he had some remembrance of the way we used to keep track of the inventory. Today at lunch he said he likes to keep, collect things with a date on them. So here is the last perpetual.
Oh. What are you guys doing?
You thought you threw it away, brother.
That was in 87.
87.
Anyone else want to say something unkind or kind for that matter?
Yeah, I got you.
Got a little something to say?
Learned about 27, 28 years ago, I went into production control from racetrack.
That was
Back
the last
then.
day.
Yes. In more ways than one. Back then, we were going, and I know you remember, we were going 6 days a week. We were working 10 hours for 5, and then on Saturday, we worked 8 hours. And we worked for Paul Peterson. Yep. Paul was a little different individual. I mean, several of you knew that he had a unique way of communicating with people, and I've given you this so that you can always remember. Oh, I don't know what that is. Paul had a buzzer installed in his office, where he has it now, and he had a series of one buzz was somebody, 2 buzzes, and somebody else. That's a real problem.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. Put that up. He
Be careful. Help him out there.
We've all mentioned, or several people have mentioned about the coffee and Myron and his coffee. What happened, that was one of the first copiers in the plant. And it was an old timer. You had a roll of paper and when you hit the button, that thing took off. I mean, it went. And Myron was, well, to set it up, just a few days before that, Paul had had us all in. And he'd seen several of us talking when he thought we'd ought to be working. So he got us all together and he said, I want your heads down to that desk. I want you working. I don't want you looking up or saying anything. So Max Kessler and I were in the office and Myron goes back and starts working on that copier and he leans over and his thigh was down. Hit that button and man, it took him right. And he said, hey, just help. But I've always been one to do what I was told. And we let old Myron stand there for about 2 minutes.
John, you got anything to work him over with?
No,